Passengers are thrown violently out of their seats as a ski lift spins dangerously out of control and continues to pick up speed. But how was this allowed to happen? Situated on the south-facing plateau of the Greater Caucasus Range, Gudauri had grown from a Soviet-era ski outpost into a booming winter destination. Skis carved right, families sipped cocoa at mid-stations, and the smooth hum of cable cars was part of the alpine soundtrack. On March 16, 2018, one of those chairlifts, identified as the Sadzele lift, was carrying tourists downward toward the base when normalcy broke. Eyewitnesses described chairs suddenly speeding up, moving backwards instead of forward, plunging the riders into a nightmare scenario. It began with an emergency stop, according to official statements. The chairlift mechanism had halted. Then, when it restarted, something went horribly wrong. The drive system reversed. As the speed gradually increased, the realization quickly set in that they were all in serious danger. And down at the bottom of the lift, this was all too obvious. Not only was the lift running backwards, but it was reaching double the normal speed, meaning that when the chairs arrived at the loading station, they swung around dangerously, threatening to fly right off the cable. As normal ascent turned into erratic motion, passengers clung to seats while the lift whipped around the police station. Some skiers jumped off mid-air, others were flung from their chairs. A pregnant woman among the injured was airlifted to Tbilisi. Videos widely shared online show a dizzying scene: chairs colliding, riders tumbling into snow, the crowd below frozen in horror as the machine ignored commands. Although miraculously no fatalities were reported, at least 10 to 12 people were injured, including tourists from Sweden, Ukraine, Russia, and Georgia. The Georgian government swiftly declared a criminal investigation into violation of safety regulations or procedures for the operation of cabled transport under their criminal code. Manufacturers and resort operators were contacted. The government pledged compensation, invited the injured to return for future stays at their expense, and promised a review of resort safety standards. For the resort's image, once booming, visitor numbers up 364% between 2011 and 2017, the panic video broke on social media as a global warning. According to technical reports and witness commentary, the sequence of failures involved an emergency stop, then an operator action or inaction, then a runaway rollback. One Reddit thread summarizes the likely cause. The operator did not connect the backup motor belt, then manually released the brakes, and the heavy side of the lift moved downhill until carnage ensued.
In simpler terms, a power failure or fault may have stopped forward motion. Attempts at manual override didn't follow design procedure, brakes were released, the system reversed or rolled, and chairs became projectiles. For those on the lift, moments stretched into terror. Some skiers described jumping off mid-air rather than waiting to be flung into calamity. We had to jump from it because at the bottom of the hill it was total trash and no chance to stay safe, Yuri Leontiev, one of the riders. Even though injuries were not life-threatening for most, the psychological scars linger. For many tourists, trust in lifts, a usually mundane part of the ski experience, evaporated in seconds. The Gudauri incident acted as a cautionary tale. For ski resort operators, the highlight was simple. Mechanical systems must expect failure. Human procedures must be exact. Redundant brakes must work. Tourists watched the viral video and several canceled bookings. The Georgian government had to reassure global audiences that their mountains remained safe. For engineers and regulators, the incident reinforced that even uphill lifts seen as benign compared to air shows or cable cars over valleys can become deadly when design, power supply, and human action diverge. Today, the lifts at Gudauri run again. Skis cut the snow. Tourists sip hot drinks on mountain terraces. The mountains stand silent and eternal. But beneath the calm is memory of the day the hill turned into a conveyor of chaos. For a moment, on March 16, 2018, what should have been simple ascent became a wild ride into fear. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you next time.